Hey everyone, I just wanted to make a quick video today about the difference between the Grand Jeu Lenormand on the left here and the Petit Jeu Lenormand on the right, otherwise known as the big Lenormand and the small Lenormand. And of course, if you're into Lenormand, you might have this deck, or you might have the various hundreds of other decks that are available on the market right now. They've really experienced a boom in the past 10 years. There's so many out there to choose from, but I just went with this basic one that you can get off of eBay or Amazon. So anyways, what do these decks have in common? Well, there's one thing they have in common, and as you can see, it's the name, and that's where it ends. Other than the name, there is no connection between these decks. This one was created in France in the 1840s, and this one was created in Germany in the 1700s. And it wasn't always called Lenormand. It started off, well, this is debatable. It started off as a Das Spiel der Hoffnung, which is basically the game of hope. It was basically like a board game similar to Snakes and Ladders, created in Germany. I think it's Bavaria, Germany. I could be wrong on that. And prior to that, there's some debate that these were created from the coffee cards that they were using. So anyways, these were created in Germany. These were created in France. It is very unlikely that Mademoiselle Lenormand herself used either system. Very unlikely. Basically, they have her name on them strictly for marketing purposes, just because she was very famous in her time throughout Europe. And, you know, people who created these cards wanted to market them a certain way and capitalize off of her name. So that's it. Let's go back. I'll get this little deck here. So yeah, these have 36 symbols on them with playing card inserts. They were developed in Germany, and they are based off of the Game of Hope, which also had 36 cards with the same symbols. And this one, well, this is my 1970 deck from Grimaud, but I mean the original version, which is almost identical. Just the coloration is a little bit different. Was created, I believe, in 1845. And Mademoiselle Lenormand, she passed away in 1843, I believe. So yeah, it is not impossible to say that she designed these cards, or one of her students designed these cards. And maybe she did use something similar with, you know, the constellations. She was big into Greek mythology and language of flowers and astrology and whatnot. So it's not impossible to say that she used these, but it's very unlikely. And I mean, this is a very sophisticated and somewhat complicated, or it seems complicated, system. So the fact that they were created 2 years after her death, it could be possible that one of her students, you know, created these off of her divination style. I don't know. I can't say for sure. I wasn't around. But of course, even back in 1970, they make it seem that she actually created these cards. But they also say in France that Mademoiselle Lenormand created these cards. So there's a lot of untruths going out there, I guess you could say. Then we have this deck. Okay, so not to be confused with, they're both red, but they're not the same. Petit Lenormand, the small Lenormands. This is a condensed version of this deck. This was created in the mid-1900s, I think it was 1960s or 70s. And it has 36 cards, just like this deck here. But it's just like the same cards, most of the same cards as in this one, just less, because in this one there's 54 and in this one there's 36. And then you'll see that this deck is kind of like the bridge between the Grand Lenormand and the Petit Lenormand. I'll show you what I mean. So you have like very similar images, like exact images, just the tops are different. And you also have the Petit Lenormand system up in the right-hand corner. So I don't usually read with this deck. I prefer to read with the larger one, but it is kind of fun and nice to have in your collection. You can still get this deck off of eBay. So this is, like I said, it's kind of like the bridge between the Grand Lenormand and the Petit Lenormand. So here, it's a bridge. A bad one, but anyways. So I hope this helped. You know, there is still a lot of confusion out there, and I hope this helped to make you better understand that really there's nothing much in common between these two. And have a great day. I'll see you in the next video.